And we are now live. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you all, depending on where you're from. Welcome to the MinecraftEdu Twitter chat, the After Chat portion, where we hang out live with our guest host of the evening and Mark as well, one of our co-founders of Minecraft, and we talk about the Twitter EdChat. We go a little bit deeper into the topic, and we get a chance to have a conversation that is not bound by the 140 characters that typically represents our Twitter EdChats. So if you're new here, I'll bring you up to speed. We run a weekly Twitter chat on Minecraft education topics to help support teachers in their growth using Minecraft in the classroom. And this week's topic was perfect for new teachers because we have a fantastic guest host, Katja Borregaard, who's been using Minecraft in education for the last 6 months, and she still considers herself a new teacher. So we explored a lot of the challenges and a lot of the ways that you can really impact around your school community when you're starting brand new to Minecraft. So my name is Garrett Zimmer. I'm one of the co-founders of the MinecraftEdu Chat. I'm also joined by our other co-founder, Mark Grundel. I work tirelessly to support education in Minecraft around the world using game-based learning principles. And I'm going to give Mark a chance to introduce himself, and then we will go right to our guest host, Katja, and she'll be able to tell us a little bit more about herself. So Mark, go ahead and take us off on a spin.
All right, Mark Grundel. I'm doing this Google Hangouts for my classroom. It's afternoon for me. It's usually evening. This is awesome doing it in my classroom where a lot of the magic happens. And you know, it's so funny listening to you talk. And you know, I've been using Minecraft for 2 years now, and I still feel like a new teacher. I still feel like I'm learning so much all the time just about the game, and I'm learning so much from my students. I love it. It's been a great adventure, and this chat was awesome. You know, got to touch base with a lot of educators who we haven't communicated with in a long time. Really appreciate their participation. So thank you. And Katja, thank you so much for you know, making this chat happen this week. It was awesome. So Katja, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah. My name is Katja Borregaard, and I'm a teacher in Denmark. I teach 4th through 6th grade math and history. And like Garrett said, I've been using Minecraft since March of this year. So I still feel like I'm a new to Minecraft teacher, but I also know that there are a lot of teachers who are a lot less experienced than I am. So, you know, I still work really hard to try and get other teachers into using Minecraft in the classroom. And, you know, trying to help them get through the challenges I felt when I was first getting started. This has been like, maybe started like this time last year, where I was introduced to Minecraft, and I was super annoying because I didn't get it. Like, every time I was at a workshop, I couldn't make it work, and I was sitting there thinking, how am I going to use this in my classroom? I can't build stuff in Minecraft. I don't understand how to use this in history. I don't know how to use this in math. How do I do it if I can't play the game? So that was all of the things I went through last year. And then getting introduced to the game and the possibilities in the right way, and learning that, you know, you can start small, and you can you don't have to be an expert at playing to use the game. You know, that really got me started 6 months ago. So it's been a journey. Like,
and those, I was going to say, clarify and expound upon some of those challenges as well. And you say being taught in the right way, because I think that's a very valid and important point is, you know, as you're new to Minecraft, there's all this trepidation, this fear, there's a stigma behind games, a stigma behind games and learning. And, you know, when you don't play games or you don't know how to play the games, it is really challenging. So what was the right way for you that you were taught to kind of get in and use it that really supported your growth?
To see that I didn't have to build this big, amazing world, because that was the way I was introduced to the game first. Like, I saw this big world, and I was thinking, so this will take me a year to build, and it will take me 2 lessons, you know, in class to use. How does that work? So really seeing that, you don't have to build this big world. If you can think of how to use the game and have the kids build stuff, maybe that will work. But the first time I was introduced to the game was something like major, and it was all about writing and being journalists and stuff like that. And I was like, how am I going to use that in my fourth grade math class? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. How am I going to use this? So really being introduced, it was Stephen Reed who showed like a lot of different ways to use the game, just sparked something in my brain. And since then, I've been asking my students, because they have amazing ideas on how to use the game, because they know the game. So I always ask the students, like, what do you think? Like, how do you think we could use the game in this subject or in this subject? Also to get some ideas for my colleagues for their subjects. So the students have amazing ideas because they know the possibilities of the game. Yeah. So that's what just learning that, that you don't have to build like this big world to use it. You have to start somewhere.
Excellent point.
And I know in my own use, I mean, sometimes I'll use Minecraft as like a anticipatory set, where it might just be for 5 minutes of a lesson, and the whole lesson might not be in Minecraft, just a piece of it, or it might be the culminating task within a lesson. So, the learning is happening outside of Minecraft, and then they're demonstrating their learning and their mastery in Minecraft, but after they've really practiced those skills outside.
Yeah. And that's what I tell my colleagues all the time. Like, it can be, a tool like any other tech tool that we use for presentations or evaluation. It could be a piece of paper. Really. So they have to think of the game like that also. Absolutely. It doesn't have to be this big thing. It can also just be, instead of doing a PowerPoint presentation, we can do a presentation in Minecraft. Or instead of drawing stuff or making a poster, we can do it and it doesn't have to take a long time, because that's one of the things I get from my colleagues all the time. Like, doesn't it take a long time? Don't we have to spend a lot of time? And I usually set a time limit, and say you have to be done. This is the cutting point, and what you have done by this point, that's, and I know we have to support creativity also, but sometimes we also have to set like a time frame, and because the students get sidetracked as well when they're building, like, because they get so immersed in it, so they just forget time. So, like, if they were doing a presentation outside of Minecraft, I would also tell them, now you have this amount of time left, and check where you're at. Do you have everything on your checklist and stuff like that? And I do the same thing in Minecraft.
And this is a valuable and important skill. When you're in the world of business, when you're working for somebody else, there are always deadlines being set. There's always time limits being set. I want to jump back, because I think those are very valid points, but I want to key in on one of the major points that you made there, is how you look at Minecraft. And I talk with educators about this a lot. Minecraft, in most of its uses, when we put it into an educational context, is not used as a game. Now, I study game design, and I work with that a lot. So there's a very specific criteria for what can constitute a game. And most of the ways that we use it are not. And I think it's so much easier for teachers to wrap their heads around Minecraft when we start to talk about it more as a tool, as a design platform, as a creative means to showcase our ideas in a spatial sense that still allows this amazing collaboration to happen. So when we start talking about it in that way, as a tool rather than a game, then we pull ourselves away from that game stigma, that games are only fun, only entertaining. Now, the joy of Minecraft is the fact that I think it can be used far beyond that. It can go into very deep, deep levels of game-based learning, where we're seeing all this research coming out of retention and, harnessing the engagement power and the motivational activities. But, starting out, it's a tool. It's the same as what you would do in a diorama. It's just a virtual diorama.
Yeah, exactly.
But I still think it allows for just so many different creative outlets. You know, something interesting that happened in my class, I guess it was last week. We did a decimal garden activity, and a lot of the kids who are not necessarily into Minecraft, I guess they saw this as a very approachable activity, and so but they're very creative students, and so they saw this as a way to, I guess, get into Minecraft and sort of learn how to play the game while still doing this mathematics activity. And they really took it and ran with it. And it wasn't just like planting flowers or planting trees or whatever. They were doing all sorts of crazy things. I had one kid discover Ender Dragon heads, so they were placing Ender Dragon heads, and then that led to an interesting discussion because they're 1.5 blocks, they're not 1 or 2 blocks. So it was really neat, like the learning that took place, and just through the kids exploring the mechanics of the game, but not necessarily playing it as a game. And, you know, I had one girl, she's never played Minecraft before, never played on Pocket Edition or Xbox or the computer or anything. And she got so into it. And she's one of my most creative students, but she's never played it before. And she was so excited about it. And so we found some time because the lesson ended and she was out of time and she hadn't finished her build because she was still learning how to move. She was still learning WASD. So we found, and those are important skills too, right? I mean, but we found some time for her to get back on the computer and actually complete it throughout the next few days. And she was super excited about it and really proud of it. And she did. She went and she shared it with the class. And it was just great because she's also a much more introverted student. So to have her want to present and share in the class was awesome.
Absolutely. So we had a list of questions that we went through during the Twitter chat, and I want to cover a couple of those because I think they're really important to help support these new educators coming into Minecraft. So one of the first questions that Katja, you came up with was, what was the first lesson that you did, or what are you planning to do? So I want to take it back to you to go back to the kind of the simplest way of bringing Minecraft into the classroom as a teacher, so you don't have to be afraid of all these, you know, professionals who've been doing it for years and years and what they're doing. Minecraft is such an amazing scaffolding tool. You can start really small with a little house. So what did you do? What was your first lesson, Katja? I think people would be really interested in hearing that.
The first time I used Minecraft in classroom, I didn't do anything because I didn't, at that time, that was around New Year's, you know, last year. And I didn't know Minecraft, but I knew of Minecraft because I had a lot of kids playing, and we were doing for sixth grade theme day. They were writing a dystopian novel, and
I love dystopian concepts.
Yeah, great.
I know, and such an amazing assignment. So they had to write the first chapter of a dystopian novel, and then make an audiobook of it. Over a presentation with pictures of their world. So they had to create this whole world. And I had a couple of boys. And, you know, we all know these kids in class who we can't get to do anything because they're not motivated. They're like, oh, we have to write a novel. Great. Like, so I was like, I told my coworkers, I don't know Minecraft. You don't know Minecraft, but I think we may have to open up for the possibility that these boys can use Minecraft to, do something. So I told them, I don't know this game, but I trust that you know this game. So I'm allowing you to, instead of drawing and finding pictures and doing a PowerPoint presentation of your world, you can build in Minecraft. And I have never seen them work and so hard and be so engaged in anything, and the way they collaborated with their peers in their little team, because they had to build what was being written. It had to make sense, and it was just amazing to see how they all of a sudden they could communicate, all of a sudden they could collaborate. They were immersed for 5 hours at a time, building and creating, and building that bridge between the story and, the setting of the story. And the really amazing thing was when they were presenting these stories. And when these two groups with the boys came up, you know, seeing the faces of all the other kids, because they were like, what? Because it's so different seeing the world built like that and walking around, you know, they'd filmed the world. So when they were, you know, reading the story and talking about how the house looked and what was inside the house and, you know, describing everything, it was right there, like built. And I was sitting like this, and their peers were sitting like this, and they'd never seen anything like it. And, you know, after that day, I was like, I need to get into this game. But it still took me another 3 months.
So what I'm hearing
I saw the potential that day. I saw the potential of what it can do to students, like how it could get students engaged.
And I got to ask you, Katja, because this kind of came up in question 4. But like, what version of Minecraft did you use? Because let's face it, as educators, we can't just be like one day, all right, I want to use Minecraft because, you know, it's a program, you got to install it. How did you go about doing that? That you were just like, I want to do this project in Minecraft. Like, what
on their computers? And I was like, it was vanilla. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
the real Minecraft. The real Minecraft. You know, I call it that. So, you know, they had it on the computer because they played it all the time. And I was like, I don't know. I can't, you know, I don't know what you're doing because I don't know how to play this game, but I trust that you can do something great. And
so here's the interesting point, and I think the take-home point for new educators to really hone in on that is your first lesson was not about you knowing anything about Minecraft. Your first lesson was all about get the kids to show what they could do to tie it into this lesson on dystopian societies. Yeah. And the kids took it and went however deep they wanted to go. And you as an educator, your responsibility was to make sure that you were facilitating the time that they were taking, make sure that you were facilitating the content approach. And I think that's probably one of the most important starting points for every new educator is don't think that you have to know how to build. Don't think that your students even have to be experts. The best part about Minecraft when you're first starting out is you're going to be able to let the students go in and just showcase how they want to tell their story of how they've learned what you've taught them. So don't change your lesson. I'll go to a quote from Simon Baddeley. In a blog that he had posted is don't teach Minecraft, teach. And it's all about you are the professional at teaching the lessons.
Yeah, exactly.
Utilize that and let the kids just use Minecraft as this creative tool. And if you start from there, then you'll definitely go to where you stood at the end of seeing all of that, Katja, which is excited about the possibilities of Minecraft.
It was an amazing thing, and it was only 2 out of 72 students. So, you know, but it was just amazing. And it just, that moment just clicked. I was like, I need to figure out what this game is all about. And it took me a few months, but, you know, I got there eventually.
Let me ask you one other thing, because this is something that I've had a conversation with my students about, and it really surprised me when I got the answer. But what was the audience like upon viewing this presentation?
They were amazed. I mean, the rest of the class they were amazed. And, you know, it got to a point where the kids who had been building, they couldn't even be in the room because, you know, the excitement from the other students was like so great, and they got so uncomfortable because their classmates were like, oh my God, like you did that. It looks amazing. That story came alive. So it was amazing to see how these boys got another, you know, a different reaction from their peers than they were used to getting, you know.
And that's motivating.
It was really motivating, yes.
Yeah, it's interesting when I've had this conversation with my own students, and they were just like, you know, like I'm sitting there as a teacher, and I love all the presentations, you know, they're great. But then, you know, hearing it from the kids that, you know, I did a presentation. I don't really remember what I presented, but I remember so-and-so presented in Minecraft, and it was exciting. And I'm like, you don't remember what you did, but you remember what other people did. It was really interesting to hear it, you know, and they described, like, the other presentations. The one girl used a snooze fest, and I was like, wow, that's interesting to hear, you know, because you know, from my perspective, I'm excited just to see my students work. But then the other students, you know, they pick up on, I guess, what the kids are comfortable in and what they're not comfortable in, and you know, I guess they really feel a sense of ownership that when they present in Minecraft, that they don't necessarily feel in you know, like a poster or a PowerPoint or something else. They don't necessarily feel that same sense of ownership.
So speaking of that sense of ownership, then let's jump into question 3. And question 3 was about how do you encourage and support your colleagues to engage in conversations in lesson design? And the important aspect of this is if we can start to engage our colleagues, our new teachers, those who are inexperienced in it, haven't yet considered trying it around our school, A, it provides a support mechanism for us as we're using it, but B, it also creates, if we can get them involved in the lesson design, this sense of ownership, which will drive their use of new relevant technologies into the classroom. So Katja, what do you think in terms of how do you support your colleagues and engage in those conversations in your school?
I really, because, you know, being the only teacher at school using Minecraft, it puts a lot of pressure on me, and I've been the only teacher for a while. So every time I walk into the classroom, the kids are like, are we going to play Minecraft today? And they do this all the time. And I try to tell them we're not going to play Minecraft all day, every day. So I need to spread it out to my colleagues. So we have, at my school, we have something called focus weeks where we break up the schedules and, you know, have like one class an entire day and do something with like all the 4th graders or all the 5th graders and stuff like that. So at the beginning of the year when we were planning this, a lot of my coworkers were curious to see, because, you know, their students have been asking questions about Minecraft. So they're like, can we do something with Minecraft in the focus week? And I was like, sure, we can do that. And I think they sort of expected that I would just do stuff. You know, I would just run everything. But the fact is, I couldn't do that. I can't bring 72 students into one world. You know, it's impossible. So so they were kind of forced to do something. So I had them, you know, we started really small one afternoon. I had them set up a world. I taught them, you know, like basic commands, how to turn off the rain and stuff like that. And then I said, okay, so your subject is arts. What do you think you want to do with Minecraft that has something to do with arts? And my coworker was like, oh, well, we're going to a museum later this week, so maybe we could do something with the kids designing museums and doing architecture and stuff like that. I think that's a great idea. Just, you know, it's great to start that way. So I went all the way around with all the teachers, and they figured out themselves what they wanted to do, something that made sense within their subject. So they took something that was close, you know, and nothing big. It was just, you know, something they'd been working on in class, and that they could use in Minecraft.
Yep.
So they had to do it. And they did it, and it was amazing to watch because, you know, I just went around all the classrooms and, you know, supported them and helped them because you know, my 4th graders, they've been doing Minecraft since, you know, the spring, so they're kind of experienced, and we had them talk to the other 4th graders about how to behave in Minecraft, about, you know, Excellent. How do we communicate, how do we collaborate. Instead of yelling across the classroom, how can we get in touch with each other? We can, you know, write in the chat. We can walk over to each other instead of yelling, you know, stuff like that. You know, small things that they've experienced and learned along the way. And, you know, it was great for the other 4th graders to hear it from, you know, not the teacher.
And to get a chance to experience it as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And,
so,
you know, as soon as teachers got into those worlds where the kids were building, they were just amazed at, you know, how much kids can do in a short amount of time. And they started building themselves and exploring, and, you know, this was so funny. I had a colleague, she was building a teeny tiny house. It really wasn't a house, it was kind of a box. She was in there. And one of her students walks into her house in Minecraft and he puts up a sign and he writes, "You're doing a really good job." And she reads that And she gets really happy, and then she smashes it, like, because she didn't really know how to play. It was just so hilarious, because he was like writing this sweet message, and because she was so new, she just broke it. But you know,
the accidental right click instead.
I know,
of left click.
you've all been there. So it was just funny, because she was trying, and she was like, she was not really doing anything, but her students were encouraging her to continue. They were like, "You're doing a great job." So even though she'd just been building a box around herself, you know. So
okay. There's still a sense of accomplishment when you create the first piece, whether it's a big box, whether it's a huge build, whatever the case is. So,
exactly.
How about you? Because, you know, Katja's story is a little bit interesting. Katja had the opportunity to have these focus weeks in her environment, which is not traditional in our North American society and in many other societies around the world and many other educational institutions. So for you, how do you get educators around you to start engaging in collaborative? One of the things I say about Minecraft is it makes a perfect cross-curricular tool. So how do you go about doing that?
Me? We're talking?
Yeah. Talking to you.
The one I was listening to Katja's story, and I really enjoyed it. And the one thing I heard, you know, I heard Katja mention, you know, student to student conversations and teacher to teacher conversations. And actually, this is going to be my question to you, Katja, but it kind of answers your question, Garrett, is student to teacher conversations. And I think that's an important conversation to have, because you know, I could talk. I feel like, coming from me, I could talk to the teachers all the time, and they'll listen, but I don't know if it's really going to hit home. But when you put like a panel of students in front of teachers, and you let the students talk, and you get the students' perspective and the student side of it, I think that's really motivating. Like when I hear a group of students talk about something that they're passionate and excited about, I want to do that for my students. So I think putting students in front of teachers is so powerful. And that's really what I did, is I ran a few student-led professional development, just 1 hour workshops after school in my classroom, copied the student worlds onto USB, popped them in my computer, and showed them that work that way, and let the students present and let the students talk about it. And yeah, it was all student driven, just like you, Katja. You know, they weren't really my lessons. They were really student driven lessons. And that really got a bunch of teachers excited. And, you know, there's still the hesitancy. Well, I don't really know the game. And then that's right. That's when you bring that group of students in and you let the students talk with the other students. Because, again, I think it's more meaningful when it's coming from a student to say, this is how you behave in Minecraft, right? Yeah. Because I can tell you how to behave in Minecraft. You don't want to listen to me. You want to listen to, you know, someone who just started using Minecraft as well. That's, you know, the same grade as you or a year older than you. You know, that's who you want to listen to. So, yeah, that was actually going to be my question to you, Katja, is do you have those student to teacher conversations?
That's a great answer.
Yeah, they do. Like, I've told my kids to talk to their other teachers about how to use Minecraft in their subjects. And I also tell my students, because they are just so excited, and we just got the game. We bought the game for our middle graders, and they're just so excited. And I told them, well, you have to remember that where I was 6 months ago, that's where all the other teachers are right now. So you have to not be so hard on them, but you can ask them, could we maybe do this in Minecraft? Give them some ideas. And it works out really great. And I have several of my colleagues next week for Focus Week, where they're going to do their first Minecraft lessons. And I'm just so excited because, you know, that's just amazing for me to see how they, you know, have gotten it inspired, and they're meeting the students and want to do what the students like to do. And the students are so excited. So it's been really great, and I just like seeing it expand at school.
Right.
That's amazing to see these teachers who are, because I know how they're feeling. Like the day before I did my first real activity in Minecraft, I couldn't sleep, and you know, I woke up and I was so scared, and I was like, how am I going to do this? And I know that's how they feel. So I just, I praise them. I'm like, good job. You can do this. This is amazing. And, I talk them through how to set up their worlds and, it's just amazing that they're doing that, instead of just saying, I don't want to do it. They see the potential and they want to use it. So that's just amazing to see how it evolves.
A couple of things there. Knowing that they have a support matrix in place is huge, absolutely huge. Yes. Knowing that the students are also there as a support is huge, vastly huge, especially if their students are connecting with the other students. That's so supportive. I want to tell a little bit of a story of one of the ways that I've seen an educator out there by the name of Aaron Mauser do this in his school. So he's a tech integration specialist, a tech integration coach, and I forget exactly where he works, but when he was first starting to use Minecraft, he put together a group of teachers to do this on a co-curricular level, on a very cross-curricular level. And this is going to lead to a little piece of advice for you if you're the only teacher using it in your classrooms. And he reached out to groups of teachers to say, look, I want to build a bigger project here, something that incorporates the math, something that incorporates the sociology, something that incorporates, I forget what else it was, English, language, literature, and the histories. And he was the subject matter expert on Minecraft, right? And that was fine. That was perfectly reasonable. What he had the teachers do is work with him to support the level of increasing curriculum, to support the content. And if you as an educator, and this is my piece of advice, and it was tremendously successful. Look at his blog, Coffee Chug Edu, I think it's called. I'll try and find it and put it in the description, along with Katja's Twitter handle as well. But if you're an educator who's feeling like you don't have any other support from other educators, or your students don't have support from other educators in the school, and nobody's ready to make that transition, try adding a cross-curricular element to your Minecraft world and go to one of your fellow teachers and say, hey, look, I'm an English teacher, but I want to incorporate some math. I need your help. Don't worry, I'll do all the building, I'll do all the design, I'll make sure that the lesson is there. But can you help me develop this lesson with the mathematics that you're teaching in mind? The second you do that, you empower an educator to be a part of this project. That is the moment that they feel truly a part of the project. They have this ownership, this sense of ownership. And that is what's going to help them align more to starting to look at the tool and say, this is something that was easy. And I got support from Katja, and I felt like I was a part of it. So now I'm ready to try it. And it's a great way to get people who are very hesitant to come on board with a brand new idea. So just, from advice out there, I've seen that work many, many times in the Minecraft community. And that brings us to our fifth question, which is, what are the collaboration and support systems? Because I promise you, everybody, without a support system, technology will only go into silos. And if we can show where the support system is, even if you're a teacher out there who's brand new to Minecraft and has nobody else in your school using it, we want to show you guys where the support mechanisms are in place. So let's go very, very quickly on this because we'll tie this up. Katja, what is your favorite support system out there for Minecraft and education?
Twitter. I had a lot, because I was alone when I started using Minecraft, and I got a lot of support from other educators on Twitter. Because everybody were super great. Every time I posted something I did, people were cheering me on, saying great work and stuff. It's just super important getting some feedback on what you do, so you continue going. And also the Minecraft community website is also great. There's a lot of ready-to-go resources. I found an I world, and I had a colleague who he's a science teacher, and he was like, we're doing the I, and I was thinking about Minecraft, and I was like, well, there's a world with an I in it. So you can explore the I instead of dissecting an I, because he was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, do the book says look at a real I. I was like, there's an I in Minecraft. So I sent that world to him, and he was like, great, because that was ready to go. He didn't have to do, really, he didn't have to build anything. It was built for him, and he could introduce it to the students. So,
And
that's
as
just,
the
and new to Minecraft teacher as well. So, the fact that he could just grab that world and share it with the students, that was amazing.
So let's be very explicit about where that is for everybody. If you're brand new to Minecraft, the website is education.minecraft.net, and it's a Playcraft Learn Minecraft and Education Microsoft supported site. And the whole design behind this site is to give us as educators who are experienced in Minecraft the opportunity to put up our worlds, to put up the unique learning experiences, all the lesson plans, start conversations around it, and really develop this collaborative and supportive community. So if you are not signed up on that site, make sure you go ahead and do so. And follow Katja, follow Mark, follow myself. It's a tremendous resource.
Yeah, that's just such a powerful resource, just because besides lessons, it has worlds, it has biomes. When I've shown my fourth grade teachers that it has biomes, they're like, oh my gosh, we teach biomes. And I'm like, oh, that's great, because now you can put the kids in biomes. You don't do anything. They were like so excited that it had biomes. They're like, oh my gosh. And I didn't realize it, but like when you get specific, I mean, in Minecraft, there's like 60 some odd biomes now. So it's just like the kids, when you just start talking about Minecraft and maybe not even playing Minecraft, the kids are like, oh yeah, I know about taigas and I know about tundras.
Yeah.
Because they're already in Minecraft. Like they already know it. So, I mean, it's just a great starting point to have conversations. But that Playcraft Learn website it's just incredible. Because, I mean, yeah, you got the worlds, you got the biomes, then you got the whole lesson plan section. You got tons of lessons out there. I know Katja's got some lessons up there. I got a couple up there. It's a great place to just explore lessons, and they got this rework button. I don't know if you've used it all, Katja, but like you can take somebody else's lesson and tweak it and tinker with it and make it your own, and it's really cool. It's a feature, and then the conversations happening on there are great. It's I'm not going to say it's as great as the MinecraftEdu hashtag, but those conversations are pretty good.
They are, and also the tutorials and all the videos to get started with Minecraft. Like if you're brand new, if you've never played before, that's just an amazing resource as well to get to know the game. Get an idea of what it's like and how to use it.
The other thing, and I'll jump in here because we are talking about, the support metrics or the support matrix that Microsoft has put into place. And this is nothing new. We as expert Minecrafters using it in education and using it all over the world for, other means and professional as well, have seen Minecraft grow into this amazing support network. There's tons of community members who are not included in education, who are not educators, but are still there to support. So that support matrix is really being supported and grown by Microsoft. And I'm so thankful for that. And I'm thankful to be a part of it. But there's one support matrix that Microsoft has very specifically put into place because it's great to read a Twitter chat. It's great to participate in a Twitter chat. It's great to see all these resources being developed and built out. But sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes you need somebody to be able to look at you and say, don't worry, it'll be fine. And to have that actual communication going. So let us be that right now. I will say, try it. Work with your students. You will be fine. We are here to support you. But there's also the Minecraft Mentors program. Yeah. And the Minecraft Mentors program is a fantastic program that Microsoft has put together that allows you to go on education.minecraft.net as well as education.microsoft.com/resources/mentors, I think. I'll put the link in the description for you. And you can actually set up a time to communicate via Skype with one of the Minecraft mentors. And that gives you that one-on-one time, an hour long, 30 minutes long, however long you need to take to really get you up to speed and supported on one of the major challenges that you're having or one of the major fears that you have. And these are all experienced educators. Katja is part of the MinecraftEdu Mentors program. And she can talk a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, Garrett. It's just that person to call if you need help, or if you need some explaining, or if you need advice on how to get started, or you need to discuss a lesson. You can set up a call. We're based all around the world. And I think a lot more will be joining just around the corner. So we'll be even more people all around the world for you to contact if you need help getting started with Minecraft or if you need advice. It's a great program, really. Yeah.
Absolutely. And on that note, I'll let everybody know as well that you can find it on, I'm not sure. I'll have to leave the link in the description for everybody to the Twitter post that was put up. But the Minecraft Mentors program is going to turn into a yearly program similar to the MIE program, where you will be, or the MIE expert program, where you will be able to sign up as a Minecraft mentor. So if any of you out there have been using Minecraft for a while and haven't yet filled out your application for the 2017 Minecraft mentor program and you'd like to be a part of the program, definitely find it. I'll leave the link in the description and fill out your application. You have until Friday, so it's very, very short notice. Again, the last and final thing, the big way that you can get a lot of resources and a lot of support is going back to the first thing Katja said, which is Twitter. Mark and I founded the MinecraftEdu Chat, which transitioned over, and it's now the MinecraftEdu Chat a year ago, almost a year ago, Mark. It's absolutely crazy. And we've developed this amazing community around it to really support your growth in education. So join us back weekly for the MinecraftEdu Chats. Just as a caveat on that, I will say that on December the 27th and January the 3rd, MinecraftEdu Chat is taking a winter holiday. So there will be no MinecraftEdu Chats during those 2 weeks, but we will be back on the 10th of January to support you guys with a whole.
There will be the next Microsoft Edu Chat is actually about Minecraft, and that's on the 27th. So if
awesome.
So it actually happens.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's on the 20th, I think. So you have to double that day. Yeah. So you deserve a break, winter break.
Well, we're also doing one on the 20th as well. So on the 20th at 4:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, MSFT Edu, hashtag MSFT Edu is running a chat, but they're also running the exact same chat at 10 a.m. for those of you in the EU. So 10 a.m. Pacific time. So keep an eye on that. And then directly after the second MSFT Edu Chat is going to be the MinecraftEdu Chat or Edu Chat. So keep an eye on those as well.
A lot of Minecraft talk on that Tuesday.
Yeah. It's going to be a Minecraft Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I mean next week we have an author, Danica Davidson, on. And that week of the 20th, I believe we have Code Rev Kids and Jim Pike talking about, Minecraft as an enrichment tool before, during, and after school. So got some great chats coming up. So hope you can join us. Hope it's not too late for you, Katja.
I'll be joining you on the 20th because I'll be on Christmas break. So I'll be able to stay up in the middle of the night. Yeah. So
for the EU educators as well, usually around 5 o'clock, between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the day of, we will post the preview questions for that night's topic. So if you do want to schedule your tweets to coincide with the rest of the conversation happening in the Eastern time zone and the Pacific time zone, please feel free to do so. And my Twitter handle is at PBJellyGames. Mark's is at M. Grundel, I should say, sorry. So please feel free to tweet us as well if you need that question preview early so that you can still participate in the chats. And of course, we are always going to be having the after chats after these chats to support those who cannot join us and want to watch on demand the next day. Cool. That said, though, we've had a fantastic discussion. Katja, I want to thank you so very much for walking us through this, for talking about your experience as a new teacher, and really doing everything that you're doing to help support growing and new educators to Minecraft in the classroom. So thank you so much for being our host.
Thank you for having me. I'll be back anytime you need me. So, We'll
hold you to that.
Hit you up on that.
Yeah, we do that. Right. It's been a lot of fun. And, this is my new thing. And, I just want to spread the word about Minecraft and, get all the teachers in who are maybe a little scared, like I was 6 months. So, you know, if I do it, you know, I don't play video games. You know, I'm not a gamer. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Awesome. So, that's awesome to hear. That's an awesome final thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. My final thought for those of you new to Minecraft or you haven't started yet, think of a lesson in Minecraft like pizza. Even when it doesn't go so well, it's still pretty good. When it's not good, it's still pretty good.
That's awesome. Okay, so I'll make the final thoughts before I shut down the broadcast here. I want to first of all say thank you so much to my co-founder of the MinecraftEdu Chat, Mark Grundel, and everything that he does to support myself, to support others like Katja, and to support the entire community around MinecraftEdu. We are so pleased to be able to support educators, so don't ever hesitate to reach out to us if you just need somebody to talk to, or you need some resources, or you need to get in touch with somebody in a particular area of expertise. Luckily, we develop a lot of connections around the MinecraftEdu environment, so we're able to direct you to where you need to go. The second thing is make sure that you don't miss next week's hashtag MinecraftEdu Chat on Twitter. It will be back to its regularly scheduled time at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, so please feel free to join us for that or watch the After Chat when you get a chance to. The third thing is we want to give a big shout out to all of the members of the community who are actively involved in Minecraft and education and actively supporting each other. Thank you guys so much. You make the process of making Minecraft work in classrooms so much easier and so much more valuable for everybody. I think when water in the lake rises, all ships rise along with it. So thank you all. We will see you guys again next week. Thank you so much and have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye, Katja. Bye, Mark.
Bye.
Bye.